Uh, according to their theory of evolution, related to strawberries, right?
Depends on what you mean by that. We have genes in
Oh,
common with strawberries because we're
yeah, not just
eukaryotes.
strawberries, but trees, green, the grass, pretty much everything that lives on Earth, we are related to according to the theory of evolution, right?
Yeah, that doesn't
So
mean we're a
doesn't it?
direct descendant of those things. It
No,
just
I
means
didn't say we were a descendant.
Oh,
Related,
I
but we're
know, but
not.
it's
We're just made of the same building blocks.
sure,
Same
yeah,
building blocks.
yeah.
Yeah, same building blocks. That implies intelligent design.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, it does. But when Big Bang
Okay,
happened,
it
or
does
wait,
not
when
imply intelligent
sure it
design.
does. Maybe
Okay,
not to
so
you.
it doesn't because intelligent design means that you have to go, oh, by the way, there's this unthinkable number of miracles that happened to make the whole thing ever happen in the first
You
place.
you
So
can you can build the Millennium Falcon out of
you've
Legos, and you
interjected
can
an
and you can build.
enormous number of
It's still
completely
Legos.
illogical things that break all known natural laws in order to.
Maybe the way your mind works.
Well, my
Okay, in the
mind
Big
does
Bang,
work.
when
I'm
they
not really
first
sure
when
about
they
you.
everybody's mind works different, doesn't it? All right, because we're not all
Some
the
work
same,
better
right?
than
So I
others.
said maybe it makes sense the way your mind works. Yeah, according to you. Okay, so
Yes,
when
so
I was younger,
so
when they
My
claimed the Big
beliefs
Bang
don't
happened,
require me to say that miracles are the reason everything happens, and yours does. That's the way my mind
no,
works.
no, it doesn't. You're assuming. You're just now assuming. But
Assuming
Big
what?
Bang.
I assume that
Okay,
miracles don't happen.
I can talk into my microphone too. Would you like that? No, because it's a condescending thing
Yeah.
a condescending asshole does. All right, Big Bang. When they
Right,
first
so
said it,
you are the condescending asshole here because instead of having a conversation, you just go, yeah, well, that's not true. You're goddamn lip cuck. And then I'm going to change the subject and say things. So I'm doing this because it's the only way to have an honest conversation about the facts here. Because you're just going to steamroll and change the subject and do things. I've talked to a million people just like you before.
you have a mute button. You don't have to blow everybody's eardrum.
Well,
All
that
right,
would be rude.
a Big Bang. Big Bang. When they first
why are you
said it, they
changing
said,
the subject?
because I'm done. We ain't gonna get anywhere with that subject, are we? I say we're
you're
all. It's
not.
all parts of building blocks. You say it's not. Done.
No,
All
you
right.
said
Big
that
Bang.
it
When they
requires
first,
a miracle, and I think that's silly. And instead of defending
I
the
didn't
idea, you're
say
switching the
miracle. I
subject
said
because you can't defend it.
I didn't say miracle.
Intelligent designer.
I
So
said
the
intelligent design.
Okay, then tell me how the intelligent designer did that.
He put a whole bunch of pieces together and made a thing. Put a whole bunch of pieces together and made another thing.
Wow, that was the most
you can
nondescript
hey,
explanation for anything I've
okay,
ever heard.
you can here, let me put it in a way you can understand. You can take a whole bunch of Legos and build a Millennium Falcon, or you can take a bunch of Legos and build a mountain. It's still
Right.
fucking plastic.
Right.
All right.
So
The Big Bang.
Did God?
The Big Bang.
So
When they
how
first
did-
talked about
so
the
how
Big
did God
Bang,
do it?
it was an echo in space that they claimed. But then somebody was smart enough to say, "Hey, I thought there was no sound in space." So
Okay, we could talk about the Big Bang in a little bit, but instead of changing subjects, I want to stick on one thing to see if we actually know what we're talking about. So I would really just prefer talking about the intelligent design argument instead of the Big Bang.
no, my only argument is it's building blocks, not relatives. And to me, it makes a hell of a lot more sense. I'm not related to a strawberry.
Right. So if you wanted to test that, if somebody said I'm your long lost brother, how would you figure out if you actually are related to them?
Well, like I said, when I was muted, they've solved crimes from people's relatives
Right. So DNA
with
is the
DNA.
thing that tells us how closely two things are related to each other, right?
Well, I mean,
If you change the DNA, you change
yes and
the
no.
organism.
Yeah, but it's still the same building blocks. You know,
Yeah, I
you're
know.
going to be able to
That's how
trace your.
evolution
You're going to be able to
works.
trace. So then you should be able to figure out what kind of cousin your strawberry is.
What do you mean? What kind of cousin? We can figure out. We can do
Like
like molecular
how distant of a cousin is the strawberry? If it's related,
know
it's a
that.
cousin, right?
Well, we have an
No, we
estimate.
don't.
We have an estimate.
It's
Yeah, we can do
because we're
molecular
not related.
clock
It's
analyses of
it's
these
just the
things.
same building blocks.
Yeah, that's how
But that's my
evolution
opinion.
works. None of this supports the idea.
But
of an
what I'm
intelligent
saying is
designer.
everything's made out of the same building blocks.
Yes, that doesn't support the idea of an
Yeah,
intelligent
it
design.
doesn't mean we're related.
How does it
To
not
me, it
mean we're
does.
related if the number of genetic, if the number of genetic similarities two people have with each other tells you to what degree they're related? Then how come the number of
Does
genetic
it?
similarities between different species wouldn't tell you
How
how
many?
related they are? And how come?
How many
One
chromosomes does a
one
strawberry have?
one quick one more quick thing. How come it is that the degree to which you are related to some other organism exactly matches what you can see like with the naked eye, right? So if we would just analyze all forms of life on this planet, strawberries, they're quite a lot different than people, but there are some things we have in common. Chimpanzees, very much like people in so many ways. And guess what? We're so closely related to them. And we're less closely related to gorillas, less closely related to orangutans, but those are the closest things to us. And then like we could do a whole bunch of animals and other organisms down the line and eventually get to plants. And yeah, we have less in common with plants. That hierarchical degree of genetic similarity is exactly what you would expect if we're connected by ancestry in the very distant past for plants, in the recent past for other primates.
So, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like the same building blocks to me, not cousins.
It is,
Seems
yes,
like
it is
it's
building blocks. But every single organism, that's the way they make offspring is by passing down those genetic building blocks. But those genetic building blocks, the constituents of it changes over time. And over extraordinarily long periods of time, it changes so much that the organism itself becomes something different very gradually over time.
I see intelligent design.
Okay,
But you want to talk about something
why?
else? Considering we're at
But
what do you
but
call
none
it?
of that supports the idea of intelligent design.
Why doesn't it? Do your Legos build themselves? It's different building blocks, man.
Literally everything about life does it on its own. There's no miracle involved in the process of an organism going through
I don't
the
understand how you conflate intelligent design with miracle. Like to me, they're two,
because
two
it
completely
requires
different
a
things.
miracle.
Does it?
Is it done
Is
by
it a
God, who is a
miracle?
super?
Is it
Is
a
it done by?
miracle when you fix your car?
Holy smokes! So
I
it's
mean,
not a
you didn't design
miracle.
the car, so that's not intelligent design. You didn't design the car. Okay, so is it a miracle when a designer designs something?
Uh, Almost certainly, because I take it you think the story of Adam and Eve is literally true.
No, the story of Adam and Eve is about how we wiped out the hominids and bred with them.
So you think that humans did evolve?
I don't think humans. I think that whatever or half of whatever we were, the first Darwin could have been right about the first part of his evolution, but the gap is where the shit never made any sense.
What
We
gap?
didn't come. Well, we went from A-shaped fucking rib cage to what shape?
It's kind of barrel shaped.
Uh,
We have we
like
have we
it's
have
just
very good
there would have had to
transitional
there would
fossils.
have had. Yeah, I ain't saying this that my problem is uh they skip over this massive leap in uh us. But I have theories on everything. I don't go with like you said, you believe that I probably took Adam and Eve story literally. I don't. Most
Okay, well, the
Christians
vast
do,
majority,
but
right?
most Christians also say I'm not a Christian because I don't believe in the Trinity.
Oh, well, good for you. So, sorry for
I
generalizing.
believe in
The vast
Christian values, and I'm sure you do too. And a hell of a lot of Christians don't. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not lie, all that shit. I mean, I'm I probably lie less than most, but everybody's got to lie sometimes, right? But it still, uh, you have guilt, you have empathy, you have all these gifts that to me also imply intelligent design. I don't believe in happy accident. I don't believe a cosmic fart created everything.
Me neither.
But well, that's what the Big Bang would be, a cosmic fart.
Well, it's not a cosmic fart.
Yeah,
It's
Big
just an
Bang.
expansion of the universe.
Well, but there's no proof of the expansion of the universe because everything's in the same damn spot it was thousands of years ago.
No, it's
You
not.
know,
The universe
how does
expands.
yeah, it is. How does Orion's belt still line up with the Great Pyramids?
Well, first of all, it doesn't.
Did they design the Great Pyramids to reflect the future?
Do you think the
Did they
Earth
know
is
where the
flat?
stars were going to be? When you hold a compass, do you have to tilt it north for the compass to work? You know, do you have to counter?
Do
Do
you
you?
think? Do you think the
I
Earth
don't
is
believe we're
flat?
on a spinning ball. I don't believe we're on a spinning ball.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't.
So-
It does it when you hold a fucking a magnetic device in your hand. Do you hold it level or do you tilt it north so the fucking thing works?
So
When you're on the South Pole, when you're sorry for
Shut up!
magnetic field
when you're on the
lines-
South Pole, do you fucking have to hold it at a 90 degree?
So the magnetic field lines on our planet wrap around the planet like this. So if I'm on the equator, I don't have to point it towards the North Pole because the magnetic field lines go like this, right? So it would be lining up with them. So, oh God, I think we're done here. You don't have the maturity or the mental fortitude to have a conversation with me.